Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be a this or that video. I'm going to be comparing the original Soleil by Lalique with the new Soleil Vibrant. So now that we are heading into fall, I mean, we're already in fall, but it doesn't feel like fall here in Florida. Just last week we were in the low 90s. So I think these two fragrances are not only beautiful year-round fragrances, but they're gorgeous kind of summer transitioning into fall, or if you live in hot climate, these perfumes perform very well. And if you live in cooler climate, I can tell you that this one also performs very well. These perfumes are supposed to represent like the sun, so it's definitely more of a year-round scent, but I thought it would be really nice to kick these off for fall because I really enjoy wearing these in Florida fall. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So first up, we're gonna go over the original Soleil by Lalique, and I mean, this bottle is just gorgeous. It's supposed to represent the sun. So the bottle's kind of a sunburst glass, and then it comes with this beautiful Soleil bracelet dangling from it. Lalique is a glass company, like they design beautiful glass vases or vases, however you say it. So this one does come with this beautiful piece of jewelry. I actually took it off. I decided to wear the jewelry for this video, but the bracelet isn't as like strong as the necklace. There's this little piece here, let me just show you, and these started to come off. I did tighten it because I have like a jewelry kit, but just so it doesn't fall apart again, because I'm just gonna keep it on my bottle, I'm gonna set it aside. So Soleil by Lalique, the original one, was released in 2019, and this is considered a floral fruity gourmand, but I wouldn't say this is like an overly gourmand scent. So if you're not someone who enjoys gourmands, this is one I would still suggest to get your nose on, because I would say this has like gourmand touches. So on the site, this scent celebrates the sun and the free-spirited women who love it. So both of these fragrances, again, they're kind of representative of the sun, which you can kind of see in their bottle design. So the original Soleil has top notes of bitter almond, cardamom, and mandarin, and then it has middle notes of cafe latte, jasmine, pear granita, and then base notes of musks, pink praline, and sandalwood. Now I did look up what pear granita is, and it's a simple Italian dessert made of sweetened fruit puree that has been frozen and shaved into an icy crystallized treat. So the original, I would say, is kind of, I've always said that this perfume is blended very well. It's more of a vibe to me. So I'm gonna try to give you what I pick up, but this perfume is definitely something that I describe as just a very pretty girl fragrance. Not groundbreaking, but there is something about it that makes it unique. I don't know what it is. I don't have anything like this in my collection. And this was a like turned into a love when I first hauled it. So when this fragrance opens up, right away I get the mandarin and the cardamom. And even though they don't list ginger, I do get something kind of zesty that I get like from ginger. And it could be the cardamom with the mandarin, but there's this spiciness that I get from ginger perfumes, kind of like my Tuiles de Hermes, that I get in this one. And I'm sure these are just the keynotes, but because I'm pulling this one off the site, but I do get a ginger. And then as this dries down, I start to get the jasmine, which is kind of like a clean, soapy jasmine. And I start to get the bitter almond, even though it's at the top, I get it more in the mid. Like this starts to get less mandarin and starts to head into kind of a nutty, spicy, clean jasmine territory. Kind of has this kind of like tonic feel to it. And then in the dry down, I get the sandalwood, but it's not an overly sandalwood scent. It's just kind of like that creamy sandalwood, and there's a little bit of musk, and then there's praline, but I don't really get that either. I do get a sweetness, but this isn't overly gourmand to my nose. It's like a touch. Even though this is considered a fruity floral gourmand, I almost consider it like a warm, spicy fruity floral with this very blended kind of sweetness that adds to this scent. Like this to me isn't overly gourmand. There's just a touch of it, and I have to be looking for it. I feel like that touch of gourmand is what's making this a little unique to my nose. I don't get like a heavy dose of pear. I get kind of a sparkly, bright mandarin orange and pear. Like I could pick up the mandarin more than I can pick up the pear in this scent. It's very unique, but very likable and mass appealing. While it's mass appealing, I would almost put it up there with other like likable niche fragrances, kind of like your Parfum de Marly fragrances. They don't smell alike, but they're mass appealing fragrances, but they're like niche. They're blended very beautifully. So while this is a mass appealing scent, I do find it unique and a little bit more elevated than a designer scent, and therefore making it a little bit more niche to my nose. I don't equate powerhouse, I don't equate complex to niche. For me, niche is someone who focuses on fragrances, and therefore their fragrances are a little bit more elevated, blended better, they use better like ingredients, because perfumers create fragrances throughout affordable and niche. So this is one that I smell the quality of it, and therefore I would consider it more of like your mass appealing kind of niche fragrance. So again, that is Soleil by Lalique. And we have Soleil Vibrant, and it's in the same beautiful bottle, but the color is different. It's got this beautiful orange to yellow ombre effect, and it comes with a necklace instead of a bracelet. The site says that this is luminous, warm, wildly sensuous. Soleil Vibrant Lalique reinvents the spirit of Lalique's exhilarating Soleil collection with an entirely original formula featuring stellar, sustainable, natural ingredients. This fragrance smells as delicious as sun-kissed skin. And this is an amber floral fragrance. So when I think of sun-kissed skin, I do think of like summer and the beach, but I don't think that's what they mean. I just think they mean, yeah, like kind of the sun just shining down on your skin. Because this for me isn't a beach scent. This is a year-round scent, but this is another one that I would almost put in fall, but again, like Florida fall. So Soleil Vibrant has top notes of pear, bergamot essence, and clementine. Middle notes of jasmine, sambac, orange blossom, and saffron, and then base notes of vanilla, bourbon, and cedarwood essence. This one to me, while it's still blended very beautifully and it still smells expensive, I feel like this one's the safer buy out of the two. This one's a little bit more unique. This one smells kind of like your vanilla perfumes. I really pick up the vanilla bourbon in this scent a lot. But what makes this one a little bit more unique from a lot of the vanilla fragrances is the citrus that's in here. It makes it a very warm kind of citrus fragrance. This is one that, like Soleil by Lalique, is kind of a vibe. It's a very uplifting, sunny perfume. Now, I've mentioned in the past that this reminds me of the sun rising and the sun setting. Now, having both, this is more of like the sun rising. This one's vibrant, like the name implies. It's almost like you're getting ready to start your day. It's kind of energizing and uplifting in that way. This one's uplifting to me in a more cozy way. This one has a lactonic feel to it. It's got those sweet gourmand touches without being overly sweet. It's more airy, I would say. And then it's kind of warm, spicy. So it's the sun going down and there's a light breeze. So you have a tank top on, but you put on like a big cashmere sweater. That's what this is like, the vibe of. Both beautiful, bright, uplifting scents. But this one is the sun rising and you're starting your day, and this one the sun's going down and you're kind of ending your day. But not saying that this is a bedtime scent, just it gives me that feeling, if that makes sense. It's one that I could see myself with this outfit and going to brunch with the ladies, or going to a nice dinner like with Dennis, and we're gonna be at a restaurant that's like maybe by a lake and we're gonna be out on the patio. These perfumes are definitely more of a vibe. So when this one opens up, I don't really get the orange blossom yet. That could change, especially as it sits. I get just white florals And then I get kind of this bittersweet spiciness that's coming from like the saffron. And then I start to pick up a lot on the vanilla bourbon. I don't really get like a cedarwood essence, but maybe that's because it's more of an essence. I don't really get like a strong woody base. But this one to me is a more vanilla fragrance. Like this to my nose comes off a little bit more vanilla, but think of like a citrus vanilla. And it's kind of uplifting and zesty and then sweet at the same time. This one almost comes off a little bit more gourmand to my nose than the original. This one's more like of a warm, spicy, fruity floral. I would say both of these have moderate performance. This one I actually wore yesterday. I went outside to go walk the dogs and Dennis was like, did you just take a shower? And I told him, no, that's my perfume. So then when he came in, I was like, is it bad? He goes, no, it's very powerful. It's very strong. Now, I will say I had just sprayed it. So it is one that projects for about the first hour, I noticed. First hour or two, depending on how much I overspray. This one I didn't overspray, but I did spray down my arms and like on the back of my neck. So I think if I oversprayed this one like I do with the original, it will last even longer. This one is another one that I've sprayed and like my mom has mentioned and a couple of coworkers have told me I smell nice. So I would say it projects, leaves a decent sillage for the first hour or two, and then it sits closer in your bubble, and that is for another 5 hours, making it more like 6 or 7 altogether. And then after that, it becomes a skin scent. But both of these are fragrances that I've smelled the next morning. But again, I have to put nose to skin. I would say this one projects a little louder than the original, but this one lasts a little bit longer. I've noticed this one a little bit longer than I would say the Vibrant. Again, these fragrances are more of a vibe to me. This is more now the sun setting. It's a little bit more warm, spicy, cozy. And then this one's a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more energizing and kind of start your day. Both uplifting scents. I think they captured the whole sunshine vibes in both of these fragrances. That is my review of the Soleil fragrances. Let me know, have you guys picked up any of these fragrances? What are your thoughts on them? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.